Hey, serious question. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? You do know that taking care of yourself is actually a priority, right? So, what are you currently doing to make sure that you're really okay? If you haven't thought about this in a while, it's time. Good news, I only busted my ass one time. But I went down this hill and oh my gosh, I'm surprised I didn't drop then, but I made it down. And the crazy part about it is that everyone really was like excited. They were like, oh, I wouldn't do that. You're better than me for doing that. So I'm proud of myself for actually doing this. That's so big. That's a mushroom! Oh my gosh! I would not advise eating it though. Don't know if it's poisonous or edible. It is such a rainy day here in New York. Very gloomy, very depressing. And I had to go and run this morning because I am not gonna let these depressing outside and the mood and everything get to me. If I can do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. So I went and ran. What the hell? Hey, when I turn on the TV and it just starts doing whatever the hell it wants to. Anyways, yeah. So far, I haven't felt like doing anything. And that's kind of the issue with coming back from somewhere where sunshine is just everywhere all the time to gloomy doom. And now I have to like really push myself to do things, just regular, everyday things. I'll get through this. Oh my god, I'm watching Castlevania on Netflix and it's anime. It's insane that the last episode of the first series, it has me speechless, really. And it's crazy because I've never watched any other TV series that really have me speechless like this. That is not anime. And the story is so good that I completely forgot about one of the main characters who doesn't show up until the end of the season. And I'm like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, this is insane. I love it so much. Anyways, I have a runner's headache. which is why I kind of stopped working on the computer editing, but the editing is going so good so far. I love it. Even though this headache has kind of stopped progress for a bit. And I'm kind of okay with that because it hurts really bad. And if I don't take it easy, it's probably gonna get worse. So that's why I stopped and started watching Castlevania. And oh my gosh, I am impressed. I am speechless. And I'm about to start the second series. I found a skating rink, but they're not open yet. They open at 12 today, from 12 to 5, and then there's another session from like 7 to 10. I love it. Yeah, but I'm not waiting a whole hour. But on top of that, I have to pay to use it. It's $10 because I have my own skates. I want somewhere free. Give me free. Normally, when we think about self care, we don't really factor in doctor's visits to that. And that kind of is a huge disservice to us because if we don't go to the doctor and get our blood work done and figure out what's happening inside our bodies, how do we really know how to care for our bodies? So that's kind of what I did this week. And honestly, I haven't done an annual for almost 6 years now. And I know, annual is supposed to be done every year, but trauma, I've literally gone from 2 to 3 doctor's appointments in a week. So at one point, I was just like, I'm done. I feel like I'm going crazy. I just went cold turkey and just stopped everything. And hey, it took me this long to go back in. And when I was doing the hearing test, I kind of got a little triggered going into the booth, but I'm like, hey, it's okay. You're not in the same situation. This is completely different. These are completely different people, and you are fine. So I had to talk myself down in order to continue. And come to find out, I have perfect hearing. The person who was actually checking on the outside when he was saying a couple of words and stuff, at one point I was like, wait, can you repeat that? And he repeated it, and I said exactly what he was saying, and he was like, oh, really good. Some people just start repeating themselves, because At one point, it sounded like he was repeating the words, but then I was like, no, this is completely different. He's saying different words. So I have really, really good hearing. And I knew that because I take very good care of my hearing. And I always said, if something should happen and I should lose either my hearing or my sight, I'd rather my hearing to go, because I do love the quiet and everything, but I want to see every single thing. So if one had to go, hopefully none goes. But if one had to go, I would choose that my sight stays. And that brings me to getting a full lab done and figuring out what the hell is happening inside my body. Turns out my cholesterol is a little high, which makes sense because I did put on more weight than I've ever had in my entire life. So I know that's a contributing factor to that. And I will never be this weight ever again. So I'm actively working on bringing that right back down to where I want it. But on top of that, one major thing that I've been dealing with since I was a child was anemia. I don't have enough blood. And it makes me extremely tired. So sometimes when I get up and I'm doing things and I have the energy mentally, I'm like, yes. And not even 5 minutes in, I feel completely drained. And I can't do anything else. So I just go to sleep. Whenever these things happen, and they happen a lot more than I want to admit, but they happen, I know that my iron is really low. And I have to take iron supplements to make sure that I get it back up. And it's very common for women, especially women who still have their cycles, to be anemic. And it makes sense. It does make sense, because we go through every month and we lose a lot of blood. So we have to add back all of that blood. But turns out mine, since I was younger, was just like, we're gonna go to the minimum that we can get to. And it's crazy because the last time I did blood work, which was a lot earlier than 5-6 years ago, the doctor was like, hey, remember you said you always felt tired? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, it is your iron level. So just giving a number here. She's like, the number is supposed to be like a 10. This is me just making up a number, right? And she's like, you're at a 2. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I'm thinking, oh, I need to do this for more energy, do this for more energy, when I need more iron. I need to eat more foods that have iron in it. And I also need to add citrus foods to make the iron absorb into my body. And if I didn't go and check that, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I wouldn't know what to do. So all of that to say, if you've been putting off doing your annual 4, 5, 6 years, I think it's time to go back and do it, because it is a part of self-care. And you can't really take care of just the outside of your body. You have to take care of everything. So mind, body, spirit, inside, out, everything. Everything comes together to create a full self-care routine. It all works together. Literally all works together. So I'm happy I'm now doing this again, and I can move forward knowing that, hey, when I start feeling extremely tired, which I have been feeling extremely tired, I know what the culprit is. And I did know what the culprit is before, but it's like further reassurance and confirmation that this is the actual issue and this is what I need to focus on. So for the rest of the day, I'm going to finish the editing that I have to do. and probably relax, because that's probably going to take me probably like 2.5 hours, maybe. I'm estimating, I'm not sure, but I feel like it's gonna be a great day, and it's already a great day. And also, I decided not to skate today because one, the place wasn't open. Two, I don't want to pay to skate. And three, I already busted my ass this week and I didn't really feel like doing it today. Even though I'm finding a better place that is more level with less hills, but it's all good. It's all good. I will find somewhere and I'm going to do this more often because I love doing it. And it really helps me feel good, especially when I go outside. And the sun is out. So it's not gloomy doom outside anymore, and that also lifts my spirit and everything. So with that, I will finish editing, probably go outside again to enjoy this beautiful day, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.